Yo, what up, gang? I am the Breath Trader, better known as TPT Concepts. Today is October 30th, 2025, and I will be trading some Forex this morning. But before we get into the charts, you know that we had to get a word in from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Okay, gang. So today's word, First Peter chapter 4, verse 10. Okay, gang. And it reads, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Right? And that's First Peter chapter 4, verse 10. Again, okay, it reads, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. And again, gang, pretty much what we've been talking about before, like how we had to learn to practice humility, practice being thankful and grateful for the things that we have, and pretty much just be selfless. Right? And it's not an easy thing to do because I mean we were born sinners, so we gotta fight our flesh every single day. But as long as we, doing our best to follow God's commands, feel me? That's all we can do. Right? In Jesus' name, Amen. Amen, gang. Okay, the time was now 8:06 a.m. At the Fed cut rates yesterday. Today we have some JPY news. You see this red folder? Got it at 2:30. So that's probably why JPY was moving up when I looked at it. But as far as USD, we don't have any news. JPY, you have news later on at 7:30. Right? Might trade that, not sure. But let's hop into the technicals today. All right. So we are clearly bullish on UJ. All right. You see, we're trading above the non-peer EMA, and the previous daily candle made a support. Now it's pushing up, broke through this resistance. All right. Now we're pushing. All right. So let's see what price want to do here. It's 8:07 a.m. Right? This is pretty much what the top down analysis is. If you're new to the channel, really appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you. All right, gang. Let's go down to the 3 hour time frame. Okay. What I'm gonna do is mark up the previous 3 hour high and low. All right. And then I'm gonna look left, try to see where we're trading. All righty. So if we break that 3 hour high, we got a resistance here. If we break this 3 hour low, we gotta watch for fake outs, but you could potentially push down to these levels here. So I'll mark this up, see how it looks on smaller time. You see right here? Let's go down to the 1 hour, see how these levels are holding up. And again, gang, you just pretty much mark up key support and resistance. But I just used the previous candle just to make it a little easier for me. Okay, so yeah, this is the previous 3 hour high, 3 hour low. Let's go down to the 30. So, 30 minute, we have support here. Okay. So pretty much, gang, I would say buys above here. To sell above here. Let's see. So let's see here. Go down to the 15. Might do range two cells. Might need a little break test. But yeah, I will take buys above this level here. But that is the previous 3 hour high. Alright, let's see. Oh, you gotta scroll up to really see this price action, huh? Okay. Wow. Um, Okay, we are back in February. Wow, this is the last time we was up here. Okay, guys. So yes, I will take balls above here. Advantage point will be right here, and you see why I would take sales below here. All right, with a retest. Here's the retest I'm talking about. All right, price come down, make a support, and then retest. I'll take sales coming down to here. Yeah, this would be like an advantage. Let's see how these levels look. Today's price action. I go all the way back. You see how that lines up, gang, without us even being here today? That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, let's see. So this is what I got here today. All right, the time is now 8:11 a.m. Got buys of 154, 183. I got sell range two sales below 153,916. Okay, and all I need is a candle to close above this level with the top and bottom wick, and I'll be willing to take those buys coming up. But I don't want to trade in this zone today. And the price have been pushing up for a minute. See here? Okay. And I'm not afraid to go counter trend either. Speaking of counter trend, I got to show you guys some trades that I've taken. Got to do a better job of getting these videos up. But yeah, I'm 1 and 2 the last three trades I've taken. Took a loss on SPY on Tuesday, I believe. And I took a loss on GLD, but I got it back. Let me see if I can find those trades for you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and do a top down analysis for AU real quick. All right, daily candle. Previous candle closed bearish, but I am bullish. The fact that I am trading, we're trading above the 9 period EMA. All right, let's go down to the smaller time frames to see we are still see how that bias can switch. All right, so now let's. This is the previous 3 hour low. We have already broken it. Previous 3 hour high up here, and we have support here. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Okay. All right. So as far as the 1 hour, yeah, I'll take sales below. Yeah, sales below here. Yeah, again, to be honest, we'll take positive here. Sort of like what price did here, kind of come up, then make a support. I'll take buys coming up. Let's go down to the 30 minute. Yeah, this is cool. And it looked like we definitely got a move in London, Asia. So we may just chop up here for New York, but it's all good, guy. See. All right. We did have Fed cut the rates yesterday, so These were some definitely some good trades. Closure below, bearish. Nice top whip push down. Maybe we can catch a counter trend trade today. All right. These sales coming down. Okay, gang. So this is what I have here on AU. These moves happen like 5:30 in the morning. All right, UJ rejecting that high. All right. This move started around 2:30 a.m. London. Got this breakout. You just gotta push up. I was definitely sleep, gang. Not gonna even hold you. All right. But yeah, we do have clean candles here to the left, but I definitely want to see price come up, then retest this level. I don't want to take the first support that it forms, even if it do a fake out. Still don't want to take those buys because I am bearish here on AU. So yeah, gang, all we can do now is just pretty much, the motto, be patient and wait on price action. All right. As traders, all we can do is plan the trade, trade the plan. Other than that, you got to sit on your hands, and that is the boring part about trading that professional traders talk about. When I first started trading, a professional trader said, if you're not bored when you trade, then you haven't learned how to trade yet. Didn't make any sense at that moment. What it does now, because as bad as you want to, hop into a position, especially when you see, what I'm saying, price moving up like it is now. Yeah, man, even in Asian session, I guess. Trying to see. Wow, they definitely fake some people out. Right here, grab some liquidity. Came back and swept out some. Oh wait, had a nice. See, mm, just kept moving on up some stairs. All right, gang, we got about 11 minutes for this 30-minute count to close. And again, we get a closure above here on the 15 or the 30. I'll definitely take some buys coming up. So that'll be a closure above the previous 3-hour high. And I got clean traffic up to the left. I showed you guys earlier. Okay. But until then, gang, all we can do is wait. All right. We had NY open at 8 a.m. Okay. We got Cummings open at 8:20. You see price pushing up. You see that? So if we can get a nice closure above, I'm saying a retest, which is that bottom wick, and a confirmation, which is a break of previous candle highs, then definitely takes a buzz coming up. The price just keep moving up without us, then hey, there's nothing we can do, gang. Mm. And that's what I have here on AU. So this is what I'm really looking for. Sort of like I think I showed you guys this setup before, sort of like a fake out, something like that. All right. I want to support made right here to take buys coming up with this clean trap here to the left. Or if price continue to push down since I'm bearish, I will wait for price to close below the support here. And you see these clean candles coming down here to this advantage point with all these orders. All right. I'll take sales coming down. But until then, gang, I just have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Your strategy might have already been in. If I was at the charts here at 6:30 in the morning, I definitely caught these sales coming down. But yeah, when you have a 7 month old that gets up frequently throughout the night, I love my little man though. All right, it's 8:21 a.m. You patient game with a price action. Okay, gang, I hope that music is not too loud. Yeah, I hope it's not too loud, gang. Shit. Yeah, gang, if the music too loud, let me know in the comments. See here. Above. Gang, gang, we had to go all the way back to February to see this price action. Okay? To see that if you get closer above, nice little retest, you get a push up here. Nice advantage point. All right. We explain the sales coming down right here. Remember, range two, which we need price to come down, make a support, give us a retest, and then we'll take our sales coming down. All right, time is now 8:23 a.m. October 30th, 2025. Thank everybody again for all the support. If you want to trade with me, you definitely can. Reach out to me Instagram at the Break the Trader underscore. Just leave a comment. Trade on Zoom. Okay. We got about 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. All right. And again, we get a closure above this range. I don't mind taking these buys coming up because I am bullish. This will be a closure above the previous 3 hour high. All right. 6 minutes, guys. Okay, gang, we got about 3 minutes for this 30-minute shut price. Gang, close above this level here. I'm taking long entries here on UJ. And I'll explain to you guys why. And once I get into the trade, excuse me, once I get into the trade, I will explain again. This will be a simple breakout trade at a bullish bias, marked up the previous 3 hour high and low. And you're curious to ask, like, why am I using the 3 hour time frame? Due to the fact that that is the longest time I will give the market to uh, show me an edge that I don't mind putting my money at risk for. If that make any sense to you? Okay. And we got 2 minutes. Everything here is set for the trade. All right. And again, gang, make sure your trading constitution is already. So you got a date, real simple to date, whatever you're trading, bias, pretty much what you're looking for. It don't mean you stuck to it, okay, but you do kind of want to have an idea of what prices do. Then if I'm trading forex, I use the 3 hour and the 1 hour. But if you see when I trade ETFs, I black out the 3 hour because I just use the 1 hour for the ETFs. All right, because price moves differently. 15 minute, 30 minute wait for the setup. All right, stop loss, advantage point, and take profit. All set before the trade. So pretty much the only thing that we'll be waiting on are these two things here. All right, no retest, no trade. Then we waiting for our setup. And if you see here, the two trades that I lost this month, all right, 9 and 2 in a month, the two I lost, they were boo boo, boo boo trades. And I can't wait to show y'all. Hold on a second. Let's see what's going on with jail. But yeah, they were boo boo trades, gang. All right, this kind of leaving us a nice top work too. Let me get my MetaTrader set up right here. Okay, UJ. Alright. Bust up. Load shirt. I need to grab my charger. Hold on. Alright. Okay, now let's see if price give us a nice bottom wick. Alright. And we will have some buy stops. See how I open with no bottom wick? That's not what we want to see. Alright. I want price to come down and give us a bottom wick. The bottom wick will be the retest. Okay. This previous 3 hour high, this previous resistance. Okay. And to be honest, gang, if we get price to close back inside of this range, let me see here. You know what, gang? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna plan the trade the plan right here in real time. All right, let's be patient. Let me go grab my charger. All right, let's see if price gives us this bottom with that. Okay, gang, that is a nice bottom wick. I will have a buy stop. Price come back and break its own highs. I'll get in because I want to catch this wick field as well. So I have a nice one here. See, let me get it up. Yeah, I have a buy stop right here at 154,248. Yeah. All right, I am bullish. And again, we don't want price to close back inside of this no trade zone. And if it does, I do feel like it'll come down and retest its resistance, but not the trade that I planned. And that's why I got to show you guys the other two trades that I took losses on Tuesday and Friday. I got to show you guys because I moved my levels during the session, which is something that's a huge no-no. Right? But we got the closure. Right? The retest is the bottom wick that you see forming now. So confirmation, we'll break of the current candle high. All right, to come fill this wick and potentially keep pushing up. All right. I didn't set my buy stop above the break of this high because I want to catch this wick fill. Okay. I want to catch these pips inside of here. Set it right there. Um, All right. Let's see if we get activated. Time is now 8:34 a.m. And again, this candle closed above the previous 3-hour high. Just want to see if price wants to continue to push up. All right. I'm bullish. Price gave us a breakout. Nice bottom wick to come retest the range. Got a buy stop here. If it flip bullish and push back up, I will be activated. See if price want to come fill this wick, push up to this advantage point. All right, let's see. And again, we got to go all the way back to February to find this price action. Right. Closure above, you get a push up to these levels here. Okay. It was crazy as price had did something similar, you see? It pushed up here in February, consolidated, continued to push up just like it did here. And then it broke out of this level, pulled back, nice little bottom wick, and then continued to push up. So all we can do as traders is pretty much look left to get right. And that's it. Okay. Okay, gang. Okay, I guess they slipped me in. I'm in, gang. Let's see if we can get price to continue to push up. Stop loss will be a closure back inside. All right. Confirmation. Okay, gang. See the price want to continue to push up. And price haven't been at these levels since around February, so the advantage point to be somewhere up in these levels. Yeah, let me do full TP right. Okay. Okay, man. Let's see what price I'm gonna do here. The time is again 8:37 a.m. October 30th, 2025. Let me go ahead and take a picture of this from my journal. All right, this was a simple breakout trade. Shit, stop loss. Okay, gang. Make sure you journal your trades. Okay, gang. I had to take the trade as a breakout entry. Thank you guys again for all the support. Let's see what AU is doing. Could end up pushing down to this into this range. It might have made this move right here. Stop loss. Previous kind of lows. Okay, gang. Let's see if UJ want to push up. Okay, gang, we got 17 minutes, 17 minutes for this candle to close. All right. And the reason you join your trades and you see your entries because maybe for the break of the wick. You know what I mean? But again, I wanted to be involved in that wick fill. If, if we did get price to continue up, okay. So I'll keep my stops below the previous candle. All right. I had to take the trade. I was bullish. Got a closure above the previous 3 hour high. Price getting a nice bottom wick. All right. And, trading is a probability game. Feel me? I showed you what price did in the past. Okay. Uh, and again, if this trade don't work out, we can wait to see if we can find another entry. All right. Maybe this candle close above, and then we can buy stop the break of the previous candle high. You know what I mean? Okay. As far as AU, gonna push through the range. So we get a closure below. I don't mind taking sales below. Yeah, this shit is nice plane traffic coming down here. All right. Okay. Okay, okay. 15 minutes. 15 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. All right. Based on what I saw, gang, I had to enter this position. All right. I got the closure above the level that I was talking about. Doing my top down analysis, which is the previous 3 hour candle high. Got a closure above, made a nice bottom wick. Then we broke the current candle high. I expected the price to continue to fill this wick. We have been unable to break this high again. Okay. And I wanted to push up to this advantage point, potentially just take profit level. And again, these price levels are all the way from February, gang. You saw how far back we had to look. Or, people could be taking profit for all of this buying that I was not involved in. It could have been, in a FOMO for a premature entry, right? It should have been involved down in these areas. Right? So all we can do now, gang, is just be patient, wait on price action. But yeah, price does not seem like it wants to continue to push up right now. So let's be patient though. Yes. Time is not 8:47 a.m. CFNYSE open at 9:30. Could you give us maybe one more push up? Right, 12 minutes, man. 12 minutes for this candle close. Buyers and sellers are fighting at the level. And again, gang, we had to take these trades in real time. Feel me? Have the emotions playing in the live market. I've been trading for 2 years. All right, not yet profitable. That's why I started this channel. Keep me disciplined and not be afraid to enter the market. No fear. All right, gang. 11 minutes. 11 minutes, gang. So it's 30 minutes now. Okay, gang. We have 8 minutes. 8 minutes for this candle to close. Still have not been able to come break this high again or the previous candle high. Starting to think maybe I should have just waited, but it's all good. All right, that's how you learn. All right, all good. It's all good, man. 7 minutes. 7 minutes for this candle to close. And this is why this channel was created. I will show you guys the last three trades I've taken. All right, depending on how this trade go, this may be the third loss of the month. It's all good. All right. Got to pay tuition to the market. Got to pay expenses, gang. As long as you know what you're risking, it's all good. It's all good, gang. 7 minutes. 7 minutes for this candle to close. All right, gang. If we get a closure below here, my AU again, I'll take sales coming down. So you can have that set up as well. Yeah. Good UJ, kind of pulling back inside the range. 6 minutes, gang. 6 minutes. And again, gang, I had to enter this position because for this bias, marked up my ranges, a clean traffic to the left that I had to go all the way back to February to find. Um, Got a closure above the level. All right, retest was this bottom wick. Information that have broke the current candle highs. I wanted to be involved in this wick fill. Okay. Now maybe I could be like I can miss out on these pips just to set the buy stop above the previous candle high. If that makes any sense. All right. To not be involved. What's going on now? All right. I'm making these videos so you guys can learn from my mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes as me. And it's plenty of videos on my channel to where your boy doing his thing. Feel me? So you're gonna have days like that. And again, after this trade, I will show you guys the other trades that I was telling you about on GLD and SPY. All right, took a loss on SPY on Tuesday, and I won one and lost one on GLD on Friday. All right, I did not trade yesterday. Had a dentist appointment, but I will be trading tomorrow some ETFs. Okay. Got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes for the 30-minute counter to close. See what AU is doing. Wow, a strong push down. Hopefully, it doesn't push too far down in the range and give us a opportunity to get in. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Again, game trading is mainly just being patient, discipline, and waiting, which is three things that are not natural to a human, which is why you got to get taught, and then you have to practice it. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see. 3 minutes for this counter to close. See if maybe we can find a position here on AU. We can close it below. All right, but I'm definitely bearish on the day. Still got 3 minutes, and this candle's pushing through the range. Hmm. If you're in these sales for AU, wow, great trade. Come on, UJ, push up, baby. Baby girl, don't want to push up today. All right, it's all good. They went up to the London boys. She don't want to give it up to the New York boys. Wow, baby. Mm. Wow, AU is pushing. Pretty much already halfway through this range where I wanted to take some partial with an advantage point. So I definitely want to pull back to this level so I can take sales coming back down. Okay, gang, less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes for this 30-minute counter to close. Come on, UJ. Right. Time is now 8:58. Mm. Feel the whip. We got price to kind of break its own highs a bit. All right. But hey, you look like it's gone, guy. But we'll still see if we can get a pullback level here. But let's see if you just want to feel this wick. And then continue pushing up to the vantage point. And again, gang, reach out to me if you want to trade. We could trade together, gang. Starting a community organically. So if you're enjoying the vibes, enjoying the content, feel me, reach out to me. You got a wick feel, okay? So that kind of close with no top wick. Hmm. Let's see here. We did not want to see that. They got a very, very small top wick, if you can see it right there, but it's little to no top wick. Man. But time is at 9 o'clock. Buyer stepped in here at the New York Open. We got a closure above this previous 3 hour high, so I had to enter this long position. So I want to see if price can at least come up to hit this advantage point right here. All right. Shit. All right, we got the current candle to come back a bottom wick and then continue to push up. So let's see if price want to hit this advantage point. All right. All right, we got a nice pull back here. Okay, price is pushing up. And we marked up this range again from February. All right, that's where we got this advantage point from. What it is now. And like I said, the previous candle did not have a top wick, so won't be surprised if the price this candle makes a top wick for it and comes flip back bearish. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can get price to continue moving up. We just want to continue to trade above this level here, honestly. Push up to this advantage point and take profit level. All right, thank you guys again for all the support and helping me out. This helps me stay disciplined and patient, and it forces me to get up in the market. Thank you guys. Seriously. All right. The usually can hit this advantage on close again. So take some partials, and then we'll leave the rest running. Okay. And if you start this video from the beginning, you will see the top analysis I did, which led me down to the smaller time frames to enter this scalp position. All right. Okay, again, price is getting close to the advantage point. And typically when price does get to levels that we marked off, we'll tend to see price reject or start to pull back a little bit. I'll be honest, I am working on holding on to the trades longer when we get to these levels, which is again is the reason why I made these videos and I have to be transparent on these last three trades that I took. Uh, Granted, it's still having a green week and green days or whatever, but you have to definitely be disciplined to the playbook. Anymore, you have to. Huh? All right. Well, we got first hit that advantage point. All right. Let's see if we can get it to continue to run up, hit the full TP. Probably move the stop loss right up in here. Break even. Overall, gang, this is a good trade. Way to bounce back from that loss. I mean, unnecessary loss, gang. Like, I mean, just giving the market the money and not even trying. Okay. Well, yeah, let's see if we can get price to continue up, man. Good trade, man. We see how we was talking about getting this wick fill, price fill the wick for us, then continue to push up to the advantage point. All right. And again, no surprise, we're getting a rejection. All right. Thank you guys again for all the support. I greatly appreciate it. All right. And again, gang, if you start the video from the beginning, I went over the top line analysis, my bias, marked up my levels, the reason why into the position. Okay. Now let's be patient and see what price want to do. Time is now 9:09 a.m. Probably give it to around 10. All right. To see if it want to come up here. All right. Well, I may give it longer, but I'm just saying as far as the video, I may give it another hour or so. See if we want to push up and hit the take profit level. If not, I'll definitely let you guys know in the next video. But now I have time to show you guys the crap that I did on Friday. All right, let me see here. I gotta find it. Hold on. Okay, gang. I know we are currently in this UJ trade. Okay, and I took some precautions right here. I'm not gonna lie. Price hit the TP. That's cool. Stop loss right here above break even. We in profit. So all right. But let me show you guys. Um, hold on. All right. Let me show you guys Friday. All right. This is what I was talking about. Look at this. All right. This is the video from Friday. All right. This is not today. If you look here, it says gold, GLD, the ETF. All right. So we're not looking at UJ anymore. Okay. I'm showing you guys the loss I took Friday, the win I took Friday, and then the loss I took on Tuesday. All right. The time is now 9:12. We got 3 minutes for the 15-minute candle closure anyway. Okay, cool. You see how I got my levels marked up for GLD? All right. Look, had it marked up like I always do, nice and pretty, clean traffic to the left, clean traffic to the left, advantage point. You know what I mean? Buys above here, range two, sells below here. All right, because I had a bearish bias, right? All right. But look what your boy do. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Hold on, one more. One more thing I want you guys to notice. See this price? Keep this price in mind, okay? 380. All right. Keep that price in mind. All right. Now here's the current trade that we're in now. All right. Price rejecting that advantage point, which is why we took partials here on UJ. All right. But let me find this on GLD. All right. You see price rejecting. Price is rejecting here on UJ. All right. That was a nice breakout trade. Yeah. Almost 20 pips. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Hold on, gang. I'm trying to find this part of the video. Okay. We got 15 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close on UJ. But back to the trade for Friday. All right. So you see I still have my levels marked up here in GLD. And then we got price to move up. Uh-oh, your boy got FOMO. Okay. Now let's fast forward. How did I get FOMO? This is in real time. Okay, look. Do you guys see how I move my level from here to here? All right. Now I'm change my trading plan. Look at this. Now the no trade zone is up here, but it was down here. Like, come on, gang. This is a huge no-no. That's why I gotta show you guys this, gang. When you do not follow your plan, don't follow your setup. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not saying you're gonna win every trade you take just because you follow your plan. But the reason that I'm not caring about UJ right now is because I follow my plan, okay? But when I was in this trade, my heart was beating or whatever. Luckily, I didn't go too big of a risk because this was considered a fade position to me, okay? Because all this buying that came in. All right. I'm like, oh, price created this clean traffic to the left. It got to come back and fill it. But no, it did not. It did later on that day, but my timing was off because I did not follow my setup. All right. Let me show you guys the reason why I had to show you. All right. Now I'm about to show you. Give me a second. I'm going to show you. Oh, you see what UJ doing up, pulling back from that level? Let's see here. Now I'm going to show you the trade that I took after this later on. Maybe about, yeah, about 40 minutes later, about 30, 40 minutes later. All right, look, let me show you guys. Let me bring it to the screen. Look, you see here? What did it say here? Remember the last three trades I took? Full transparency, all right? Full transparency. I took a loss on gold, I won, and then I took a dumb loss on SPY on two. I'm about to show you guys. All right? But you see that loss I took on GOD, I showed you in the video. Now look, gang, at the level that we had marked up already, and I took the buy to get the money back and more. You see this? This is why you have to be patient and wait for your setup. You see this, gang? Same level we have marked up. You see range two buys. Price came up, made a resistance, came back down and retest. I took the buys coming back up. Price gave us a nice bottom wick. I wanted to be involved in this wick field like we just did here on UJ. Okay. Let's see what UJ doing. Okay. Pulling back from the advantage point. No surprise. Yeah. If you were in this UJ long, you definitely should manage this position. All right. But yeah, gang. So we got it back on GOD. All right. Thank God. And now let's go over this trade here on SPY that I took on Tuesday that was horrible. All right. First, let's look at a picture of it. This candle had little to no top wick. Like, come on, gang. How do I enter off that? I did have a bullish bias though. Okay. Well, let me explain to you why this was a bad trade. Just give me 1 second while we go back to UJ. That was just trash. The 28. That was crazy. That was crazy dumb. Dumb. That's what that was, man. Crazy dumb. Okay. I think I found it. I think I found a video from Tuesday as UJ pulls back. I told myself, oh, I'm not gonna trade SPY today because it's at all-time highs again, breaking my rules. And I'm talking about rules I said that day or whatever. I do trade things at all-time high, but if that day specifically I say I'm not doing it, then I'm not doing it. But look what I do. I go find SP. Look, gang. It says no. Look, I go find it. I find it anyway. Okay. And then now I'm starting to mark up levels while the session is moving. That's what I mean. Don't mark levels if you cannot get there like the time that you need to. All right. And I know myself as a trader. So look, now I just start marking up levels. Look at here. Look, now I got buys above here. So like, come on, gang. These levels came out of nowhere. Granted, I was expecting a wick fill, okay, because I had a bullish bias and this nice clean traffic to the left. And guess what, gang? Just like GLD, price came back and did that later on that day. My timing was off. What I'm getting at is if you do not have a plan before your trade, it messes up your timing. The plan is to help you with the timing, not saying you're a bad trader or nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? So, long story short, I got stopped out of this position. Let me see. Look here. You see? I took a bite of break of these highs. This kind of don't even have a top wick. I did get a wick fill, but that was it. And then price came back and cooked me. All right. I just want to show you guys, okay, the mistakes I made. Back to UJ. Price is pulling back. Okay. To be honest, if this candle closes something like this, curious to see what happens next. All right, because it is leaving no wick to fill. You know what I mean? But again, we talk about that 9:30 reversal. The time is now 9:21 a.m. So again, gang, be cautious. Be cautious, gang. We got about 8 minutes. 8 minutes for this candle. Okay, gang, we got less than 5 minutes for this 30-minute calendar close. Let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. Let's see here. All right. Let me see we had a breakout. All right. Price for this wick. Push up to this advantage point. Nice trade. 4 minutes, gang. 4 minutes for this calendar close. Okay, we got less than about a minute. About a minute for this calendar close. Probably call it a video. Pretty good trade game. Caught about 20 pips. All right. Yes, sir. 20 pips. All right. Nice 1 to 2. All right. Went over a title analysis. Had our no trade zone. Waited for price to close above the range. Okay. Closure, retest, confirmation, and into the position game. Okay. Again, 10 to 15 pips a day. Keep the 9 to 5 away. Time is now 9:30. You wear it at 9:30 reversal. May come back and try to retest the support before heading back up. But yeah, we are intraday scalpers. Right? Sometimes we be in a position longer, and sometimes we get straight to it, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and call this a session. Thank you guys again for all the support. Break the Trader, TPT Concepts. Reach out to me on IG if you want to trade with me. We can trade on Zoom. Like and subscribe to the channels and hit that notification bell. And to be honest, if you were in this long, I would not get out still, you know what I'm saying? Because you're still trading above this level, right? Trading above the stop loss, which is at break even, the wick to fill. Okay. Just like a trade I took on EG, I think last week. I think it's on my channel, gang. Man, that trade went to the moon, but it's okay. All right. Thank you guys again for all the support. God bless. I love y'all, gang.